Okay. Let me just make sure everyone can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so natural medicine. Who can tell me what natural medicine is meant for?
Natural things.
Hmm.
That is a non-pharmaceutical approach to healing a wound, ma'am.
Correct. So, as Ravan say, we try to use herbs as alternative or pharmaceutic. The reason why is because of either personal preference from a patient, like someone from a native tribe that doesn't want to be treated with pharmaceutic, so they prefer something more natural. Or if someone is allergic or have a bad reaction to a specific pharmaceutic. For example, somebody that have history of opioid addiction as well as bad reaction to cocaine. As there are some cases of people having violent reaction to cocaine or just um, what's the word? They have addiction to it. So we will try to use the natural remedies instead to help those people. Few plants that can be used are black currant, golden currant, as well border rook, yarrow, and any plant that can be placed in a flask for making a tonics that is not poisonous can be used to make different type of medicine, natural medicine. For example, we can use witch hazel, which is a native plant, as an antiseptic. We can use yarrow also as an antiseptic agent. Another thing that natural medicine can be used for is in case we run out of saline or DCA, so that way we have a use of a plant to create an antiseptic solution. An antiseptic solution that can be created, for example, will be boiling water and add some yarrow, witch hazel, roses, lavender, and so on. Give me 1 second. Okay. So in case we run out of bandages or antiseptic, we will, as I was saying before, we will try to use natural plants, anything natural to heal a person. For example, let's say that we are in Libertalia, or also known as Guarma, and we have got injured and we don't have any sort of medical supply. What we can use, we can make some antiseptic water with lavender or roses. And then for bandages, we can use like banana leaves, as banana leaves are used in ancient history for their um, properties. But always make sure to clean those using the antiseptic created early.
Ma'am, I believe Miss Adeline has a question.
Yes.
So can you use honey water instead of saline too?
Yes. So honey also have antiseptic properties as well. So yes, you can use honey water as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. The other plant that can we use also ginseng and bodra rook. Those two are actually of Chinese medical origin. For example, ginseng, you can cut it into pieces and roast it on a fire to create a little bit of a paste. This paste can be applied on scratches to promote skin growth and wound healing. And burdock root can also be used for joint discomfort or skin health. Any plant that we use can be created into a salve or a balm. The difference between a salve and a balm is that the salve it's more oily and greasy, and it's absorbed by the skin, so it's used for moisturizing and heal the skin, while a balm adds more of a protective layer. Give me one moment. Golden currant can also be used like ginseng turned into a paste or into a salve that can help with the healing of a wound. It's also golden currant. It's also high in antioxidants and boost one person's health in case they are in the cold or anything like that. So it's a good way to create a herbal mix when you are in a cold area. It also helps with the with breathing respiratory system there. And yeah, so those are just a sample of few plants I said. There is obviously a lot of more plants that can be used. For example, willow bark. Willow bark is actually one of the very interesting because it has the same property as an aspirin. So a good alternative to aspirin would be willow bark. Its leaves or bark can be used in. Well, it depends how you want to do it. You can create an infusion, a herbal infusion, a tea, or like what I do usually, I mix it with honey. So I mix a little bit of herbs like willow bark, lavender, and so on with honey. I make a very, very thick paste, and then I will make this doughy, what's the word? Basically make a little bit of dough bits with herbs and honey, and use a peel machine to create small peels dry in the sun. So basically I create the natural peels with different herbs. We can also make tincture, which is basically we put herbs with alcohol to create a concentrated medicine. A tincture, for example, would be laudanum. Laudanum is basically a tincture made with opium and alcohol. Usually it's 1 ounce of opium latex with 10 ounces of alcohol. So basically that's how laudanum is made. It's usually very concentrated, but we can make a tincture out with using any plant really. As I mentioned before, any plants that you can add in your flask without having bad reaction can be used to make any sort of medical natural medicine. These include a pill, like I mentioned before, a herbal tea, as well as salve or a balm, or a tincture as well. One more thing about natural medicine is that we study the snakes. So there is 2 types of snake in the country of Monroe, and it's a rattlesnake and a copperhead. This is very important as copperhead are not usually poison, while rattlesnake are very poison. Rattlesnake usually the bite is deeper, so it goes in deeper tissue, while the copperhead the bite is smaller. So that's one way to recognize it. But if a patient